What's going on, you guys? This is one of my sales calls that I took for Iman Gadzhi back when I was on a sales team at Grow Your Agency, Now Educate. So just for context, I was on Iman's team for about 2 years. I was closing for him starting off. I ended up doing sales management as well, but essentially what I did was sell one of his high ticket products, offers, or services. So if you bought something from Iman, good to see you again. But overall, hopefully this is helpful for you. Cool, you guys. Let's dive into it. This sales call is from January 28th, 2023. So it's been some time, a couple years, but let's go ahead and dive into it. And by the way, you guys, if you want my sales script, comment script or something and I will DM it or send it over to you. So happy to send over my entire sales script that I used or used for this call in specific. Just comment script and I'll pop it over. Hello.
Hey Alex, can you hear me?
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me properly?
I could hear you. Could you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How's it going?
It's going good, man. My Wednesday is going decent. It's been a little bit of a busy day, but I try to tell myself busy is a good thing. Keep you pushing. So
100%, yeah.
What about you? How's your Wednesday been? Busy day? Kind of busy day?
Yeah, I just finished up with work and hopped on this call, so
cool.
Yeah.
What do you do for work?
So I'm working as a cybersecurity analyst at State Farm. I'm not sure if you heard of that already.
Yeah. My cousin actually just went through. I forgot the program, but it was for cybersecurity to. So for those of you who don't know the structure of a one call close, I talk about this a lot in my sales community that I have, and I'll save a detailed breakdown for a different video, but there is 5 pieces to a sales call, you guys. Number 1 is building rapport or the introduction of the call, which is what you are seeing now. From there is setting frame to the call. Then you're moving to the 3rd piece, which is discovery. From there, you're going to transition out of discovery and then go into piece number 5, which is the pitch. So with pitching, there's a couple things that go into it. Really, it's pitching, closing, and objection handling if necessary. But I have learned that the best closers don't get objections, they get questions. So I will break more of a detailed breakdown for a different video. Good job. How do you like it?
Yeah, honestly, it's an interesting field, Obviously, cybersecurity is a big thing right now with tech companies and pretty much like any company out there.
I was going to say, how long did you go to school for it?
I only did my bachelor's degree.
Okay.
As cybersecurity, and then right after that, I got a job. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Where are you from, by the way? Where are you calling from?
I'm near Chicago area. So it's a small town called Bloomington.
In Illinois?
Illinois. Yeah. Illinois.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah. I'm from the West Coast, so I'm from Los Angeles. Not too far from you, but quite a bit of ways. So still building rapport, you guys. At this point, I really don't spend more than, this call is from 2 years ago, so I'll probably be giving myself a lot of constructive feedback. But at this point, building rapport, I keep it very simple. As you guys have seen in this script here, these are pretty much the questions that I ask. Usually it's 60 seconds of rapport building. That's it. But one thing I will say is it's really important to be able to transfer energy over to the prospect. Salespeople have to be maniacs in some degree, just in the sense to where whatever's going on in their outside life, when they get on a sales call, they have to be able to flip a switch and transfer good energy over to the prospect. So for example, with this guy Shiva, he's obviously a lot more quiet and a little bit more monotone. So with me jumping into the call, I want to raise my energy. Hey, what's going on, Shiva? Hello. And obviously not authentic to myself, but that way I could get him to raise his energy as well for the call. So sales, all a transference of energy and belief. Is it cold out there? I know Chicago, so they say, is a cold city. I've never been as of yet.
No, right now it's fine. Windy.
Probably, if I were to tell you what cold is to me down here,
so warm weather for us. Yeah.
Cool, man. I'm also talking about the weather is stupid. Don't ask questions. How's the weather out in Chicago? Bad question to ask. Before we dive into things regarding the agency, at least, I know you spoke with Jake. Did you happen to see that video that we sent over to you? The one with Iman where he's wearing his cute little turtleneck, the glasses?
Yeah, I watched that video, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I always like to ask this. What was what was like your goal for the phone call? Pre-call prep videos. If the offer that you're on, any sales offer, have some type of pre-call prep material that they need to watch, 90% of the time, I'll always ask, hey, did you check out that video? What were your thoughts and so forth? If I could tell they didn't watch it, most times I'll just reschedule the actual call. Reason being, it's a hell of a lot easier to close if they have full context and like a visual representation of what they're buying before we speak. You know, I learned that the hard way of getting to the end of sales calls and people saying, hey, Alex, 8,000, it sounds good. Everything that's coming out of your mouth sounds really good, but I don't know what it looks like. So now at this point, if there is pre-call prep material, I'm always checking, number one, did you watch it before the call? And if they didn't, I will politely let them know, hey, it's only a 10-minute video. It's going to give you a lot of context and answer a lot of questions you already have. So let's have you check that out first, and let's speak an hour from now, or let's speak tomorrow.
Just so I could talk about the right things here and, push us in the right direction. I'm just looking to kind of learn more about, I guess, agency navigator and kind of like experiences, like your experience, and just looking to learn more. That's pretty much what I'm here for. I don't really have a specific guidelines or anything to follow. Just looking to learn. Yeah.
So the reins are in my hand, at least.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, bro, I've done these calls a ton of times. So really the main purpose of them at this point is just to learn a little more about you and then see where you plan on taking things with your agency, whether you have one now or not. Hopefully Jake did tell you as well, I am one of the coaches for Agency Navigators. So as long as I do feel like we could help you with something, I'll pretty much just let you know how. I'll break it down to you some more, answer the questions you have, and then just get you ready to rock from there. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
All right, dope, man. That was setting frame. So setting expectations at the call, and sorry if my light flickered, but setting frame. Starting off, just give me a little rundown, I guess. I was looking at your notes before this, but I'd rather have you tell me, where are you at with the agency as of now?
Yeah, so honestly, I just started recently. I would say like 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I'm pretty much just getting started. So I'm in the stage right now trying to find leads and outreaching to these leads through, cold emails or Instagram DMs, Facebook messages and things like that. So yeah, I'm just looking to, right now I'm in the stage of just getting that first client basically. Yeah.
Okay. Understood. So for yourself in the first stages, at least, do you mean like you have pretty much the base of the business built already? Like you have the website, the business name, all the small stuff?
Not the website, but everything else, like the business name. And
starting off, I'm focused more so on current state with this call, meaning where are you at currently with the business that you're looking for help for from our company, right? Reason being is I want to find out where they're at currently. And then step 2 is figure out where they want to go and what their goals are. That way I could start building that gap as in, hey, you are currently here and this is where you want to be. What the hell do you need from us that we could get you from point A to point Z?
Having the G Suite built up.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have like a niche that you decided on yet? Or are you still trying to figure that out as of now?
So I did pick a niche. I'm doing kitchen remodeling businesses.
Kitchen remodeling?
Mm-hmm.
And how's the outreach been going for you so far?
Kind of slow, I guess. To be honest, I don't really have much time because I work my main job. So whenever I have time, I'm trying to send out emails or trying to reach out to them via social media. So just trying to put as much time as I can based on whenever I have availability.
Yeah, I get that. So at least then with the outreach, if you were to narrow it down, like how much you're doing per day, what would you say, like as far as the numbers for outreach?
So emails wise, I would say anywhere from like 10 to 20. And then like social media, Instagram and things like that, again, like 10 to 20.
Okay. Why so little? Is it mainly like the time available that you have?
Yeah, the time available. And I guess like the way that I'm trying to outreach is kind of more personalized. I'm trying to look at their whatever they already have in place and just trying to give some suggestions on how I can help them improve. So it does take a little while to kind of do an outreach for each of these businesses.
So a couple things I did right there. One, chunking down his numbers, which I didn't chunk down too far. But a lot of times if someone's coming in, let's say they run a fitness business, for example, and they struggle with getting clients, what you'll chunk down is, okay, I know what you mentioned is you need help with getting more clients into your business. Let me know how many clients have you gotten this past month? Okay, out of those clients, how many people actually booked calls or booked a meeting to come in and meet with someone on your team to inquire about becoming a member on the team? right? And then from there, how many people showed up to those meetings that they booked, right? And then you could even go into that close afterwards. How many people did you actually close that showed up to those meetings? So I didn't chunk down too far with him, but one thing that I did was challenge him. Okay, and that's something that you need to do on every call, whether it's B2C or B2B. People will buy from people that they respect and that they feel like are experts in the field that they are in. And being able to challenge this guy as in like, hey, man, I know your goal is to grow an agency here. How much outreach have you been doing? 10 to 20 per day. Man, that's not going to cut it. Why so little? Right? Challenge him into putting himself in a position to where he's defending, hey, I know I need to do a lot more outreach and I haven't been doing it, but this is why, right? It starts to build that gap in the sales call.
So, yeah, I know it's pretty low. Again, I'm just getting started, so looking to learn more about that and how to scale that up.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, I get that. I mean, is this something that you feel like you have the time for it now with the job you have going on?
No, so I have a job. Yeah, I work my job, but the thing is, I'm pretty flexible outside of that. My job right now, I work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., something like that. But outside of that, I'm fully invested in this agency and trying to put as much time as I can into it. Like I said, I just got started, so I haven't had much progress done. But in the future, if it means I have to put in more time, I'm definitely willing to sacrifice other things to invest more time into this.
Yeah, man, 100%. Even with the job you're working now, is that like an in-person job? Are you doing remote work? I know a lot of times cybersecurity is remote. So I could have asked that a lot more organically. And again, this is a call from 2 years ago. So definitely looking at stuff that I already did improve and things that, should have been better on this call. But one of them is I could have asked that question more organically, meaning when I asked him, hey, why so little outreach? And he basically defended himself and was like, it's because I'm working and so forth. He'd be like, okay, well, I mean, how long have you been trying to start up this agency? Well, the past year. And what I did was ask him, how much are you working in your full-time business? But I could have just been straight up with him and challenged him and said, hey, man, listen, anyone who starts any type of business, I'd say 95% of people aren't just quitting their job and going into it full time until it makes sense, right? So it takes that dedication while you're working that full-time job and having the business on the side to see it through. That way you could transition over. Is this something that you're serious about, bro? Like, is this something that you want to make happen for yourself and that you feel like you could dedicate time with? Because right now you're not doing enough outreach. That would have been a good way to challenge him. I would have gotten the answer that I was looking for rather than fishing around how much time do you have through work? Are you working full-time, part-time, and so forth? Oh man, I lost you. I think his call dropped. There you go.
Yeah. What was your question again?
Yeah, I damn near forgot myself, bro. No, the question I was asking, the job you're working, is it in person or remote?
It's remote.
Okay.
So I only have to go into office probably once or twice a month. But even that is kind of, it's like your choice. So if you have the free time, you can go in.
Okay.
It's not really, yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't have like crazy commutes or anything that you have to do.
Not really.
Okay. And the agency, I mean, what's the goal with this? Is this more of like a side hustle you're trying to build out? Are you looking to turn this to your main source of income? Current state is done, at least with those questions. Now I am going for their goal. This is where you're at. This is where you want to go. What do you need to do to get there?
Yeah, definitely. For right now, I think it's going to be starting out as a side hustle, definitely. My main job right now is my main income source. So, yeah. But in the future, based on how things go, I definitely do want to make this agency my full time and potentially quit my 9 to 5. That's obviously the goal for many people. So, right. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Like if it makes sense, if yeah, I get what you mean. Cool, man. So side hustle, the big thing for you. Out of curiosity, bro, like what made you want to dive into the online business space? Only because cybersecurity is a good job in a sense, right? So like what made you want to also stack this on your plate? Sell yourself to me is what I said. Hey, listen, man, cybersecurity, you can make $200K a year after about 10 years in cybersecurity, which I didn't say, right? But hey, you're in a good job right now. What has you wanting to start a business on the side? I want him to say in his own words why he potentially wants to leave the job or why he's looking for something bigger for himself.
This kind of starts from when I was young, to be honest. Ever since I could remember, I always wanted to do something different, not just like work a normal 9 to 5 job. I feel like, so I'm Indian, in a typical Indian household, it's like either if you're not an engineer or a doctor, you're kind of like a failure. That's what a lot of people say. So all this like going to school, doing a job, I think I did it.
You don't need college, you guys. My parents said the same. If anyone's watching this, go to school, become an engineer, which is what I got accepted to school for. There's so many ways you could succeed now, so many ways you can make money. High ticket sales is one of them. There is a low barrier of entry. When I started with Gym Launch, it took me 6 months to get my first 20K check. I think it was like 18K. After that, I was doing consistent 30, 40K months. So I don't know. Wanted to share that.
For my family, my parents, just show them, okay, like I've done this for you. But this agency, starting like an online business, this is always has been my passion and what I wanted to do. So after I got a job, it's been like a year now. I'm trying to like look into side hustles, trying to get involved into this entrepreneur lifestyle. So yeah, I'm just trying to get involved into what I'm really passionate about right now.
Okay, I like that. Well, most people when I do, at least when I speak with people that are working, they just graduated. So I should have done a quick summary and labeled him with a problem. Okay, he gave me some really good information there that he's went to school for cybersecurity. It's what his parents wanted him to do, but it was never what he wanted. And labeling people is really powerful, especially if you're labeling them with a problem. The way I would have done that is be like, okay, I hear you, man. So essentially what you're doing right now is what your parents wanted you to do. It's something that you're not passionate about. So you're trying to find something bigger and better for yourself that you can make more money, have more freedom, and ultimately something that you enjoy. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. And then move on to the next question. So, I do that a lot on sales calls now. If someone says something to me, I will do a quick summary to show I'm listening, but then also label them with the problem they said they had. That way they hear it twice. Not only did they say they have a problem, but also they knew I listened and I repeated it back to them and got them to agree to their problem. Did they have a good job lined up, yet they want to start an agency? From what I've seen, it's usually one of 3 types of freedoms that they're primarily looking for as to why they're diving into the online space. Usually the first, did they have a good job lined up? Yet most people when I do, at least when I speak with people that are working, they just graduated, they have a good job lined up, yet they want to start an agency. From what I've seen, it's usually one of 3 types of freedoms that they're primarily looking for as to why they're diving into the online space. Usually the first thing is some type of financial freedom, as in, hey, yes, I have a good job, but there's a cap, what I can make as far as income. I'd like to be able to control my own income type of thing. Second thing is usually location freedom, which it sounds like you kind of already have a little bit of that. Third thing is time freedom. I know everyone wants all 3 in the perfect world at least, but if you did have to narrow it down for yourself, which would you say is like the main point of focus?
I would say location freedom.
So to break that down, I said it a little bit wordy, that question that I asked. So that'd be a piece of feedback I gave myself. I could ask that question a hell of a lot more straightforward and tactical. But for B2C, even B2B, you could ask this exact same question. You would just plug in different words for B2B. This is B2C, meaning I am a business and I am selling to a consumer. Shiva. Okay, B2B is I'm a business and I'm selling to a business, which is what I'm doing now. But on this call, this is B2C. What I asked him was like, hey man, listen, everyone who comes in here and they're looking to start some type of online business, what they're looking for, from what I've seen, is 3 types of freedoms, either financial, location, or time freedom. I know everybody wants all 3, Shiva, but if you had to narrow it down, what is most important to you? Why are you doing this? Right? And then I believe he said location freedom. The reason why I asked that question, so you guys could understand the lane that I'm about to go down, is okay, you said you want location freedom. What does that mean to you? Oh, I want to travel. I want to live abroad. I want to work from my laptop. Okay, Shiva, how much money do you need to make so that you can make that happen for yourself? I need to be making 20K per month. That way I could leave my job, be able to travel, move to Australia, and live the laptop lifestyle living on the beach. I love that, Shiva. Beautiful. Shiva, do you mind if I ask you a question? Yes. with the current state that you're in, with the path that you're on now, are you going to be able to live that lifestyle of location freedom, of doing 20K per month? How long will it take you? I want to challenge him, right? And make him realize, hey, you told me your goal is this. Is the path that you're on now going to get you there, or do you need to make a change? Right? Obviously, he's going to have to make a change. Sales is just leadership, you guys. You know, he is already coming in here because he wants to buy. I just need to lead him and guide him into making that decision. And part of that is building the gap from where they're at now and where they want to go, but also being able to challenge them and make them realize, or give them, or lead them into making the decision that they know they should be making.
Even though like my job is remote, I kind of have to be closer to the locations of the office. So right now in Bloomington, there's a huge hub for State Farm. A lot of people live in Bloomington to go to work at State Farm. But I think location freedom would be a good opportunity for me because I kind of want to work from not just from the US, but like outside of the US as well. Like I want to go back to my hometown at some point too, which is India. And the only reason like my family came here is for work, to be able to work here and have the opportunity. So if, you know, going through like the online business route, you're able to have that freedom to kind of work wherever you want and potentially go back to my hometown and stay with my like, whole family there. So that's kind of the goal there.
There you go. Would that be the place you want to move to if you had like that freedom? Would it be back home to India, or would it be somewhere different?
Definitely. I think initially I want to go back to India because I have like a bunch of my family there. Only my parents, my brother.
Paint the vacation. You know, he told me he wants to be able to travel and move back home to India. You know, so I'm just trying to dive a little deeper into that vision that he has so I could paint the vacation. I'd say at this point, my feedback would say that was a filler question. I could just move on from that question that I asked. Beautiful man, you want to move to X, you want to travel. I love that. What needs to happen in order for you to see that vision into fruition? Is it money? Do you need to quit your job? Do you need to have the agency bringing you a certain amount per month? What does that look like?
They live here with me, but my whole like extended family, everyone's in India, so I haven't really seen them. It's been like 4 years now that I last visited them, and that's just because of the college and work. I just didn't really have time to go back. So just having that location freedom would be awesome to kind of go back to my family and you know, just live with them.
Okay, so with that, right, like what would be the goal income in a sense from the agency to where it at least makes sense for you towards like, hey, I have options. I don't need to work this job anymore. I could just go full-time agency owner and in a sense have that location freedom.
How much were you asking? How much?
Another wordy question. You guys, when you add fluff to your questions, you get very fluff answers. So what I'm asking him is, hey, how much do you need to make that happen, Shiva? That way you could travel, leave the job. You know, be able to move back home to India. But I added a lot of fluff to that question. It kind of confused him. That's a point of feedback I'd give myself. Ask the question straightforward, man.
Like revenue? I didn't understand your question.
Yeah. I mean, put it this way, bro. If you want to like leave the job and... Good closers ask hard questions. Like it has to make sense. I even get that on my end, right? Like you need to be making a certain amount of money. So for you, where would you like to see the agency at so that you could leave the job potentially, at least so you have options?
I think anything above 10K would be definitely a good sign. I think I would potentially try to leave my job if I was hitting that 10K mark.
Okay. And why 10K? I know Iman talks about that number all the time. Have you put much thought into it at all?
To be honest, I think like anywhere I see like online, everyone always says 10K. Yeah. So I think that's like even just like financially looking at my finances right now, 10K would be like the perfect amount to where you have enough money to take care of your needs, whatever you need, and also take care of your wants. Yeah. So that's like the golden spot, I would say.
Okay. And so 10K per month would like give you, I guess, the freedom in a sense to allow you to leave the job. But what's like the bigger picture goal for you? Like if you were to extend this out a year from now, year and a half. I still do that today, you guys. So when a business comes in and they tell me they want to get to 100K per month in the next 6 months, I say, beautiful. How do you come up with that number? Right? Make them sell themselves and make the number a lot more sticky in their head as to why they want to get there. Because I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to buy this nice thing for my wife, or, you know, I'll be able to invest more into real estate. anything along those regards. But from there is to take the gap even further. So that's what I did with Shiva. Okay, Shiva, 10K per month. That's beautiful. I love that you have that goal. What is the bigger goal that you have? Is that the end all be all for you? Right? Most times people will be like, hell no, man. I want to see this at 60, 70, 80K per month. Hell yeah. I love that, bro. So let me know this. The current trajectory, the path you're on now with cybersecurity, how long would it take you to get to 70 to 80K a month that you said you want to get to? Well, I'd never be able to get there in cybersecurity. Okay. That makes sense. So Shiva, what do we need to do here to make sure you're on that right path to get to 60 to 70K a month? Well, I need to make a change. Well, I need extra coaching, extra guidance with building my business out.
Well, are you just asking like my future goals?
Yeah, you could go future goals, or if some people like their future goals are income goals, right? So for you, it's like, hey, I want to be making X amount per month, and
Yeah, so initially just getting started, trying to get to like that 10K or whatever amount.
I'm a little stiff in this close call. That's another piece of feedback I'd give you guys. I don't know, just a little stiff, uptight. The best closers that I know, they're very good for Zoom sales calls. Number one, you don't even need a fucking camera for online remote sales calls. I know girls that are crushing it, closing people either over phone calls, or they turn their camera off and they just go no camera the entire call. Me, I love using the camera because I could read his body language. I could see him face to face. It's a lot more personable. I build more trust, but all that to say, the best closers I've seen know how to use the camera very well. What I mean by that is they know how to get close when they ask a certain question. Okay, Shiva, so what's your goal with an agency? They know how to take off their glasses when they want to get serious. They put them back on at certain points. They use the camera and use their hands. And I really do think that's powerful on a call. It builds more trust. It makes it less awkward. It makes your questions hit a lot harder. And yeah, what I've noticed with this call, I'm a little uptight and stiff.
And then potentially moving it up to trying to scale it up higher and higher, reaching 50, like 20 to 30 to 50, potentially to 6 figures. That's definitely the goal. That's definitely like the bigger picture. Yeah. But right now, since I'm just getting started, I haven't really thought that head into it. Just trying to get that, first initial clients and then trying to get to that 10K mark. That's kind of where my mindset is at right now.
Okay. So like 10K is the stepping stone. And then from there, it's like up from there, hit the 50K.
Right.
Cool. And so with that, what's like the gap between at least the 10K you want to make and what you're making now? Like how are you doing now with what you're doing? Another fluff question that I should have just been straightforward with. What I'm asking him is, hey, will you ever get to 60K a month that you said you want to get to in the current path that you're in now? But I attached some fluff to the question. And the whole reason of that is to build the gap and make them realize they need to make a change.
I would say like making a good amount, but I don't think it's not at that 10K level. It's like, can I just get numbers right now?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
As long as I'm making, show me your bank account too. No, just wait, go for it.
No, so right now I'm making 5K per month. Okay. That's honestly enough to kind of take care of my needs and whatnot. Yeah. But to kind of have that financial freedom, I think making that extra 5K would definitely help a lot. So
yeah, for sure. The 10K, is that something you can make from cybersecurity?
It would take a lot of experience, a lot of time, but
I should have used the bigger number that he said he wants to get to, which is 60K and not 10K. With cybersecurity, could you get to 60K a month now?
Definitely doable. I think cybersecurity is a very, very in demand field right now. So maybe in a few years, probably like 5 years, I could definitely get to 10K. But again, that would take a lot of time and effort.
Okay, understood. Well, then, I mean, big thing for you, bro. Like, what are you looking for from us? Like, what type of help are you looking for to get you to like that 10 to 20K mark faster?
All right. So I feel like I already have like a high level understanding of starting an agency and whatnot just by looking at like YouTube video.
I missed a question, which is challenging him on making a change and getting that true commitment that this is something that he needs to do in order to get to the vision that he said he wants to get to. I went from, hey, could you get to 10K per month with cybersecurity? He said, yeah, but it's going to take 5 years. I could have followed up with like, yeah, man, do you want to wait 5 years, or is that why we're here? Well, that's why we're here. Okay, so Shiva, let me ask you this, man. Is this something that you're ready to commit to? That way you could get to that vision that you said you have of being able to travel, being able to move back home, being able to quit your job. Because it does take you committing on your end as well. We're going to give you the guidance. We'll give you the coaching. We'll make sure that you get there, man. But we need you committed on your end. Right? You could even take off the glasses and get close in for that. And then I would have gotten that commitment and said, beautiful. So what do you need from us? That way we could get you there. What is the help? Well, I need you to give me coaching, guidance, help me with getting more clients, teach me how to do outreach correctly. Beautiful. We could do that. Let's break that down and then dive into the pitch. So yeah, that's my feedback so far.
Videos, Iman's videos and other YouTubers out there just talking about SMMA. But I feel like I don't really have that technical side of things. So like all the specific concept, how to kind of, for example, like right now I'm trying to do outreaching. So exactly how to do the outreaching, kind of like exact steps on how you can be an effective outreacher and things like that.
Okay.
So just trying to find the technical side of things.
Okay. Yeah. So outreach, to break it up, at least in agency, it's like 3 buckets of things. It's, client acquisition. So doing outreach and sales and then fulfillment. If you were to look at those 3 buckets, is there something that you feel like you need the most guidance with, or is it kind of all of them?
I'd say sales.
I also just feel like I'm talking very passive in this. Kind of like I don't know. I was going to say something, but what I did right there is like, hey, what you need help with, let's break that down. Let's chunk it down. What do you need help with most? You could do this for any business in the world, even B2B. Awesome. So Alex, from what I've seen, most people coming in with a gym, a personal training business, there's really 3 things that they're looking for help with. One of them or either all of them, right? Number 1 is client acquisition. How do I get more people to train? Number 2 is sales. How do I close the people that come in and want to train with me on a package? And then number 3 is fulfillment, actually delivering what it is your clients paid for. Out of those 3, is there anything you feel like you need help with most, or would you say it's a bit of all 3? I definitely need help with client acquisition. Okay, break that down a little bit more for me. What do you mean by that? Oh, I suck at outreach. I've only gotten 1 client in the past month. And I know if I want to get to 10K per month, I need to close at least 5 per month. That makes sense, right? Get that information you need. That way, when I go to pitch him, I could focus on what he said he needs help with. Listen, Shiva, you told me that what you need help with is getting more clients. This is how we're going to help you do that. X, Y, Z. Does that make sense? Yes, that makes sense. Does that feel like it's what will help you get over that hump? Yes, it will. Beautiful. Okay, point B, you told me that you need coaching and guidance with building out your business. Listen, man, you will have your own coach that will be meeting with you every single week, giving you guidance, giving you this, giving you that, and so forth. So that's why I'm asking those questions. What do you need help with? But even then is taking it a step further of getting that extra pinpointed information on what exactly they need help with and what that means to them. When you say outreach, what do you mean by outreach?
Definitely the number 1 thing I might need some more guidance on.
Okay, cool, man. Have you done sales before?
No, not really.
Okay.
That's kind of, my job, based on my job, it's just been like, I do a lot of technical work, just doing like cybersecurity stuff. But sales hasn't really been my priority, never really done much, but I'm looking to learn more, trying to get, obviously, entrepreneurship. Sales is probably like the number 1 thing you really need to focus on. So yeah, definitely looking to learn more and kind of better my skills on sales.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, on my end, I don't really have too many other questions I do need to ask you as of now. From here, really like 2 options for us. I'm assuming you have questions, so I could definitely just answer questions you have. Option 2, I could give you... Another thing I could have done is just showed I was listening. I'm not a big fan of writing notes. Like, I like to look you in the face and just actually listen to what you're saying, but could have looked down and been like, okay, beautiful, man. Sales, client acquisition, getting more clients, closing more deals. Was there anything else, Shiva, that you feel like you need help with most? Yes or no? Most likely you would have said no and be like, beautiful. Listen, man, we could definitely help with that. I don't have too many other questions to ask. Let's go ahead and break things down and dive into things. Just like a little bit of feedback as well, kind of like some, I'm assuming you have questions, so I could definitely just answer questions you have. Option from here, really like two options for us. I'm assuming you have questions, so I could definitely just answer questions you have. Option two, I could give you just like a little bit of feedback as well, kind of like some action steps that you could take on your own. So either or, up to you.
Yeah, some action steps would be great too. Yeah.
I still do that. One thing I don't do is give feedback anymore. It's just not needed and too much room for error. What I mean by that, I just finished discovery, so section 3, and I'm moving into transition before going into pitch. What I did, I want him to feel like the conversation is in his hands, the power. So, hey Shiva, don't have too many other questions asked. Really two options from here, man. Either A, I could break down how exactly will help you get to 10, 20, 30K per month. Number one. Number two, I could tackle questions you have. Which do you want to do? Let's just hear the breakdown, man. Beautiful. Let's do it, bro. And then pitch and break down everything in detail, right? One thing I did here was offer feedback. You guys, I'm not even going to talk about it. Don't do that. Just don't do it, okay? Too much room for error. If they don't like your feedback, if they don't agree with it, you could lose the sale all because you're trying to give him attainable feedback that he could apply even if they don't buy from you. And it's just not needed, right? They are there because they want to buy and they have a problem that they see you being the solution with. So break down that solution to them. So I'm going to skip past this part. It's usually just a lack of knowledge and a lack of direction that they have. So just make it, and I could send you a ton of you need to focus on, because truthfully, it's sitting here taking at least 4 to 6 sales calls per day, the outreach I'm doing, that I'm hitting high numbers.
What would you suggest?
Since usually is the best way to start, whether you're using like LinkedIn or Instagram, even if you're working a full-time job. So first couple clients, bro, you clients, it's like, okay, let's pull myself out of outreach. Let's pull myself out of running the contracting team down. Let's say you do think this is a good fit for you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, dude. We will do that. I'll get you with those things as far as like that eventually. That way, in a sense, like you.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, on your end, would you like me to break down like how we'd help you with those things as far as like the outreach, the sales, and so forth?
Yeah, that'd be helpful. Yeah.
Okay, cool, dude. We will do that. I'll give you a quick breakdown. Let's say you do think this is a good... Just so you guys know, the reason why I was giving feedback is because I went through a period of time where they kept framing these calls, Iman did, as free strategy coaching calls. So some people got on and they just wanted free information. So I had to kind of finesse and give them that strategy information before saying, hey, by the way, would you like to hear how we would help you with that? And then pitch them, because yeah, that's the reason why I did it, which we ended up fixing. It was like a 3-week period where Iman was framing the call as a free strategy call. And then I remember I ended up telling him, bro, that's not working. People are coming in thinking that this isn't a sales call. They're just looking for free information and it just feels disingenuous. So we stopped doing that, but that's the reason why I gave feedback. Don't do that on your calls. It's not even on my one call close framework. So fit for you, bro. I make you an offer to join. Is it out of this world for you to get started? We will do that. I'll give you a quick breakdown. Let's say you do think this is a good fit for you, bro. And I make you an offer to join. Is it out of this world for you to get started today?
I would need some time to kind of think about it, but I'm definitely looking to get started.
Cool, man. Yeah, I'm okay with that as well. What I mean by that, by the way, I like that question. I'm just saying it too fucking passive. What the hell, man? I don't know. 2 years ago though, but anyways, yes, no, or maybe frame. Okay. If you don't want someone to say, I need to think about it at the end of the call, tell them that's not what you want to hear. What I mean by that is before pitching, once you get permission to proceed to pitch and break down how we're going to help them, one thing you could say is, hey, Shiva, listen, man, I'm ready to break everything down for you. I do know one thing. At the end of the call, there's 3 things you could say, man. Either, Alex, hell yes, this works for me. This is a perfect fit. Let's do it. No, which I do want you to know, I'm 100% okay with a no, Shiva. The one I want to avoid is like I don't know, let me go talk to my dog about it. Let me call my mom. Reason being, Shiva, we both know that's just a nice way of saying no. And we have limited spots with what we're doing here. So if it is a good fit, is it okay to keep it between that yes or no decision at the end of the call? Get that yes, and then move on to pitching. Sometimes people will be like, I still need to think about it. And it's better to handle that objection now before you even pitch the call, or else it'll come back and bite you in the ass at the end of the call. There's usually like really three things you could say at the end of the call, either yes, no, or maybe.
I don't like the delivery for how I did this.
And that's fine with me. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. So as far as like a quick breakdown for you,
and you could see him gulp, right? I could tell his facial expression side. It's a really powerful and good question to ask. I've had people get to the end of the call and be like, Alex, I really want to think about it, but you told me not to, so it feels right. Let's do it. So good question to ask. I definitely think I could have asked it just way more genuine and straightforward, got a better answer that I needed, and he wouldn't have felt uncomfortable.
Big thing with AN right now, or high level promise.
I am going to speed through the pitch. I don't think you guys will find value from it.
And we've been changing these numbers around a little from scratch, but being surrounded by, third thing is just lifetime, giving you all the scripts you need, teaching you how to build the website. That you mentioned like the systems and process, interview process as well. So yeah, I feel like I talked a lot right there.
No, that's definitely good, helpful information. Yeah.
Cool, bro. Did you have questions on that, by the way?
Not really. I guess the biggest question is, what's the cost?
The program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing as the video you saw, bro. So
yeah,
so 1,500. The coaching.
This is how I would do it now, right? Hear how I would do it now, and then we'll watch how I did it 2 years ago. When I get to the end of the pitch, I say, beautiful. Shiva, that is it. That breaks everything down A through Z. Let me know. Do you have any questions? They'll ask questions, whatever analytical stuff. I answer those questions. Cool, man. Any more questions? Any more questions? No? Awesome. Shiva, so before anything, even if he asked me the price, I'll be like, yeah, man, we'll break that down. Before anything, Shiva, like seriously, what is most important to me? Based off what we touched on, man, do you feel like this could get you to X goal that you said you had? Do you feel like this could get you to 10K per month and help you build your agency up? Get that double confirmation that they're ultra confident on the program as a whole before giving that price drop. It'll make the close so much easier, right? So I would have said, Shiva, 100%, man, we'll break down the price. What I want to check in with really quick, based off what we touched on, do you feel like this could get you to that 10K per month with your agency and start getting more clients here? Yes. Okay, why do you feel like it can? Sometimes I don't ask why, but if I feel they have a little bit of doubt, I'll ask them why and make them sell themselves and say, it's the coaching, it's the guidance, it's that I'll be learning from Iman and so forth. Beautiful. Awesome, man. So that's most important to me, Shiva. We want you to be ultra confident on this, but listen, man, you're going to crush it coming in here. I've seen students far less capable than you come in and get their first 5 clients in the first month, which I have, right? So I'm excited to bring you on the team here. Just to break everything down, it is X amount for the program that includes everything we touched on. It's for lifetime access. And sit there in silence. See what he says. Right? From there, go for the close.
Right now, we're just assigning the coaches to you.
Let's see how I did it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing as the video you saw, bro. So, yeah, so 1,500. The coaching right now, we're just...
By the way, this is with Iman, I sold like his high ticket offer, his 10K offer. And then also, he started scaling the low ticket pretty heavily. So then he had me start selling the low ticket. Which low ticket could suck unless the person you're working for could sell them like hotcakes. I was closing like 5 of these a day for Iman. So yeah, you can make a lot of money with low ticket if you're working for the right person. And Iman was the right guy to sell low ticket for. I will say that.
Signing the coaches to you, we have 9 of them. So that's not an extra cost. So just one-time payment.
Okay. So there's no other cost involved, just the 1,500 and then lifetime access?
Yeah, lifetime access.
Sounds good.
Cool, my man. What else? Did you have any other questions?
No, I think you explained it pretty well about all the service. I mean, everything that's involved in there, and even the video that was sent that outlines everything in there. So I don't really have much questions. But yeah,
that video gives a better explanation, visual at least, than what I.
You could tell he's getting a little shaky. He knows the reckoning time of me saying "you ready to go" is coming.
With my words. But cool, man. I mean, what are your thoughts? Are you ready to get started?
I would have just assumed the close. I would change that now instead of saying, are you ready to get started? What I'll do is be like, Cool, man. Next steps are simple. Let's get you logged in. Let's get you hooked up for your coaching call. It'll take us 5 minutes and we'll go from there. Is that okay? Most likely, if he has an objection, you would give it there and then you could handle it from that point instead of saying, are you ready to get started?
To be honest, I just need some time to think about it. I don't know if that's okay or not.
Yeah, man, I get that. For you, is it more so like, not like having more questions or something that wasn't answered, or more so like
price? It's just the price 1,500. It's obviously a big amount, so
yeah,
you just kind of have to think about that. Since I am in the starting stages, so I just don't really know how in the future like my way is going to go. So
yeah,
and just at this moment, yeah.
Okay. Do you see like the ROI within the program?
Mm-hmm. As 100%, I think, yeah, definitely there is a good return on investment for sure. But that price tag is kind of getting me a little nervous, just like that 1,500 price tag. It's a big amount. So,
okay. Well,
it's not the price. It's the lack of confidence with him starting something new. Okay, there's 2 things I did wrong in this call. I didn't double down to get commitment from him with going down this path and making a change for himself throughout discovery. But number 2, I didn't transfer that belief over to him, right? Looking at it now, I was very passive in this call. And now I'm a lot more like straightforward in your face telling you what it is. With him, 1, I should have challenged him to get that double down commitment that he needs to make a change to get to his goals. And then number 2 is I should have poured conviction into him. Shiva, listen, man, I know you've been trying this for the past month, the past year, right? But I've seen students come in and fucking crush it in the first month. I know you're going to do well here. Like once you have the team built around you, once we help you build out those systems for your agency, bro, you're going to be texting me a month from now like, Alex, I got my first 2 or 3 clients. So I'm excited for you, man. With that being said, I would love to break down what things look like with the program. Is that okay with you? I would have done that right before pitching, right? And you could even do it again after pitching. But that is the reason why I'm getting objections. 1, I didn't get him to double down on his commitment. And number 2, I didn't pour that conviction into him. He's not scared of the price. He's scared of starting something new and taking a chance on himself. It's a transference of belief. I got to pour my belief into the program, into him. And that's why it's important with sales, you're working for somebody or a company that you truly believe in.
Go ahead. My bad.
I feel like, I am ready to, even though it's a big price tag, I know that it's a good return on investment. But right now, I don't think I would be able to spend that much amount right now. That's just my stages where I'm at right now.
Okay. As far as the coaching as well, right? Was that something you were interested in as far as like, getting the one-on-one coaching included? That way, at least you have mentorship over the next year?
Yeah, that would definitely be helpful because I guess right now I'm just trying to figure things out, trying to use free resources using YouTube or just online resources, but having a mentor where I can just ask questions whenever I wanted to without having to look at different sources would definitely be really helpful.
Okay. Well, yeah, bro. If I could make it work that way, you're not paying the whole thing at once. That way, it's not such a high amount. Is that something you'd want to do?
Yeah. Is there like a program right there, like a monthly payment program?
Most people.
So he has the money. You guys, he probably has like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 saved. I handled this objection incorrectly because instead of tackling his true objection, which is fear, I ended up pulling my pants down and saying, hey, let's just get you in on a payment plan. And he ends up buying on a payment plan on this call. So I still got the job done, but I didn't tackle his true objection head on. And I probably could have got him to pay the entire thing at once if I did that. Now, the way I would have done that is by saying, hey, Shiva, totally understand if you want to think about it, man. Let me ask you this, right? I know I asked this right now, but you getting a 10K per month with your agency, do you feel like this is what will get you there? Yes. Okay, beautiful. Why? X reason, Y reason, Z reason. Okay, makes sense. I love that. So Shiva, let me know, man. 1, that's most important. But number 2, when you say you need to think about it, like what comes up for you, bro, just to see if I could help. Because you told me you're confident. You told me this is going to work for you. What's coming up for you? I would have gone his real objection at that point. Usually every first objection that someone gives you is just a smoke screen. So you got to get past that smoke screen. And the way you do it is by getting ultra commitment on what you're selling works for them, and then just asking them what that true objection is right after. Okay, so easy process. Number one, hey, I know you want to think about it, but do you feel like this could work for you? Yes. Okay, why? X reason, Y reason, Z reason. Okay, beautiful. So when you say you need to think about it, what's coming up for you, Shiva, just so I could see if I could help? Well, you know, man, it's just the price. I only have, you know, X amount saved right now, and I have bills, and that's all that's holding me back. Okay, so you're telling me if this program was free, you would jump it. Or if it was only $2,000, you would jump it. Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Okay, cool, man. I mean, Shiva, let's just do this, bro. If it's just the investment, let's just chop this thing in half. Let's get you in here. You can meet with our coach tomorrow, and we'll get you ready to rock right away. Is that okay? Yeah, that's okay. Let's do it. Take them to the close.
We'll do pay in full, bro, but like I said, the big thing for us is really overall commitment.
I don't even want to show this because I just handled it incorrectly. I don't know if that's a value, guys, to see. I'd rather talk about what I need to do differently so you guys understand the correct way to do it. You know, but again, this was a 2-year-old sales call.
A yes or no answer.
I know. It's just a tough decision, you know, so yeah.
Okay.
There's a big amount to think.
Get a full refund.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I even pulled my pants down and said you could, we have a full guarantee, right? Which a guarantee is good, and I utilized it correctly. Like, we give you a refund guarantee. You want to keep that in your back pocket as a weapon. You never want to sell somebody with that. But if you get to your last straw with objections, that's when you let them know, bro, what's your concern? Well, I don't know if it's going to work, right? I've bought in programs in the past. Man, we have a full refund guarantee, man. So you could come in, meet with the coach. If you're like, hey, an emergency comes up, God forbid, get a full refund in 14 days. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, man, let's do it. Come on. Pull them across the line. So.
Is that fair?
So what would be the amount?
Set up with your account, get you access to the student portal, and then also get you scheduled to meet with your coach, which could be as soon as Friday if you want to meet Friday.
I need maybe just 10 minutes after this call to kind of think about it.
Building the website, setting up your payment processor, coaching calls and the software tool. And let's see here. As of yet, do it. Cool, my man.
Program, right?
Yeah, it's nothing extra. So what are you thinking, bro? Are you ready to get started?
Yeah. Let's get started. Yeah.
Let's do it. Cool, my man. It'll take us like 2 seconds. I just need to help you register really quick, and then we'll also get you scheduled to meet with your coach as well. Is that cool?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So for you, bro,
There you go. Call closed. Not bad. 40-minute call. Bet you I could close it at 25 minutes just by cutting fluff out, being more direct, getting commitment, understanding what I need from him in order to close at this point, and just making the call 20 minutes shorter. So now at this point, you know, most of my calls where I'm taking payment, always take payment on call. Always. Okay. Don't let them get off if they're committed. Take payment. But now my calls are like, I don't know, 30 to 40 minutes. You know, just be a lot more tactical with your words and so forth. But that's all, you guys. I hope this was cool or helpful or something. But if you want my sales script, let me know. I shouldn't say agency nav. This is just my sales script. But yeah, if you want this, toss script in the comment section and I will send it over to you. Thanks, guys. Bye.